Hey up, it's Steve from that old Yorkshire geek. A bit of Star Wars news, specifically The Mandalorian. The next episode, episode 3, is going to get a record-breaking runtime. And I was thinking, does this mean record-breakingly short? It's going to be like 10 minutes long. But no, it's going to be a long one. So let's have a look. This is from the Direct. As usual, links in the description. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. I'm also on Rumble and Odyssey and Anchor.fm and Spotify, although I think they're the same thing now. Amazon Music Podcasts, Google Podcasts. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description. Links for my 2 books. Silent Predator, a short horror novella about big cats eating people in North Yorkshire, and Mercury Rapids, my big thick tome. Technically it's 3 books. I wrote a trilogy and then I've just stuck them together about alien abductions and stuff like that, and then action adventure. It's all light-hearted fun on Amazon, Kindle and paperback. As I said, it's a bit of fun. Right, The Mandalorian Season 3 next episode gets record-breaking runtime, which I do believe is episode 3. The Mandalorian Season 3's next episode will set a new record runtime for the Star Wars Disney Plus series. That's a faux pas and a half, isn't it? Fans have become increasingly critical of runtimes for Marvel and Star Wars projects. This left many disappointed. I mean, it doesn't help that the credits usually on these series are like a third of the length of the entire episode. Why? You don't need to have these long credits. People say, well, you've got to acknowledge all the people that work on them. Other series don't, do they? They're not movies. It's television. Where were I? This left many disappointed when The Mandalorian Season 3 debuted with a record low runtime for a Star Wars premiere at just 35 minutes and 16 seconds. Fortunately, that saw a significant uptick going into Episode 2, Chapter 19, which shot up to 42 minutes 24 seconds, a full 7 minutes longer than the premiere. And there's a little shit himself. Sorry, I don't like Baby Yoda. I don't like Grogu. It's annoying me. Thanks to a recent post from Cryptic HD Quality, that's a website name that rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? You know, much like that old Yorkshire geek, whoever he is. Fans now know the runtime, .co.uk by the way. Fans now know the runtime for The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 3, and it will set a new record for the Star Wars Disney Plus series. The Mandalorian's Chapter 19 will run for 56 minutes and 11 seconds. Wow, excluding the dubbing and additional language credits that Disney Plus adds to its listed runtime that nobody ever reads. Marking, unless probably if you're from that country, maybe, I don't know. Blah, 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 marking the longest episode yet for the show. But how long are the credits going to be? Previously, the record for the longest episode of The Mandalorian was held by the Season 2 premiere, The Marshal, which introduced Timothy Olyphant's Cobb Vanth and ran for 51 minutes and 47 seconds. And that was an amazing episode. I loved that episode. And it was great because it did an aspect ratio change when they were fighting the Crate Dragon. The aspect ratio change were cool because it went to IMAX. Not that I've watched it on IMAX, but never mind. It ran for 51 minutes 47 seconds, not counting the dub and language credits, meaning its record will now be beaten by almost 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Booker T. The full list of Mandalorian's 5 longest episodes to date can be seen below. They're padding out this article, aren't they? Chapter 9, The Marshal, 51 minutes 47. Chapter 8, Redemption, 46 minutes 25. Chapter 13, The Jedi, 44 minutes 41 seconds. Chapter 16, The Rescue, 44 minutes. Chapter 18, The Mines of Mandalore, 42 minutes 23 seconds. However, this doesn't top the list for Star Wars' longest Disney Plus episodes. Overall, as the Bad Batch premiere ran for a shocking 1 hour 11 minutes, while the Book of Boba Fett's finale came in at around 59 minutes. So why is The Mandalorian's next episode so long? It's because Jon Favreau doesn't know how to structure his scripts. He just rattles them off. and it doesn't matter how long they are. I mean, they didn't even write a script essentially for that episode where we were introduced to Boba Fett in The Mandalorian, the one where Grogu were kidnapped on that Jedi temple planet thing. The Robert Rodriguez episode, because apparently that episode were about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes of actual script, and Jon Favreau said to Robert Rodriguez, fill it with action, which he did. Unbelievable. That's like he's taking a leaf out of George Lucas's book when he writes his script. He says there's a lot of they fight. Many fans will be elated to see The Mandalorian's next chapter clocking in at almost an hour, especially since most episodes of the Disney Plus series usually run somewhere between 35 and 45 minutes. But that leaves the question of why Chapter 19 will ultimately be so much longer than previous episodes. Warning, the rest of this article contains spoilers for The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 2. The Mandalorian's latest episode kickstarted Din Djarin, Grogu and Bo-Katan's adventure into Mandalore, and Bo-Katan looked amazingly hot. Even in full armour, it's just the way she moves. I mean, she's just sexy. Anyway, Din ended the episode by retaking his creed oath as he bathed in the mine's waters, before being dragged underwater and coming face to face with the fabled mythosaur alongside Bo-Katan. Why did it drag him under? Why didn't it just eat him? It was massive. Anyway, so the opening of the next episode ought to be an action-packed one as the Mandalorian pair have some kind of confrontation with the mythosaur. This will undoubtedly lead to further exploration of Mandalore and generally set the course for where the rest of Season 3 will be going. By the way, speaking of Episode 2, The Mines of Mandalore, I forgot to mention this in me flash review, but I only have a minute, so never mind. Can Bo-Katan now claim the Darksaber? Because Din Djarin lost the Darksaber, essentially, to that robot, General Grievous type creature. It's like a cross between like General Grievous, that robot off Red Planet, and the Seekers. Is it Seekers or Hunters? Them robot creatures from Horizon Zero Dawn. It was like a mishmash of all those, wasn't it? But he lost his Darksaber because it defeated him and captured him and started sucking out his bodily fluids. You'd think they thought that had killed him pretty much instantly, wouldn't you? But it didn't. But then Bo-Katan arrived, retrieved the Darksaber, defeated that creature, and so she should now be able to lay claim that Din Djarin lost the Darksaber. She won it from that creature, didn't she? That's what I'm saying anyway, but I bet they don't go that way. He won't have thought of that. Where were we? After all, most were generally expecting Din Djarin's Mandalore adventure to serve as the primary arc for the season. To be honest, I didn't think they'd get there this quickly. I think I said in my review or in somewhere that they'll do side quests before we get to Mandalore, but they didn't do. They went straight there. So fair enough. He had a quick detour to Tatooine, to pick up R5D4, jangly. I haven't got any keys. No, I haven't. Never mind. For a visual reference. Never mind. Anyway, but they went straight to Mandalore. And with the arrival on most were generally expecting Din Djarin's Mandalore adventure to serve as the primary arc for the season, with the arrival on the planet being saved for one of the final episodes, which is pretty much what I thought. And yet all that has happened in the first pair, so who knows what the Mandalorian crew has cooked up for the remaining 6 chapters. The first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian Season 3 are streaming now, exclusively on Disney+. Oh, there we go. So we're getting some, at least one decent length episode this season. But as long as it's good, as long as they're good, I am enjoying it, but it's not, it's not War and Peace, is it? Or, it's not exactly highbrow entertainment. It's switch off your brain and just enjoy it. Enjoy the action. That's all it is, isn't it? That's how I see it. So, but I am enjoying it, and I do give it good scores. I think I give it an 8 out of 10 this episode. So you can't complain, can you? Even though I am somewhat critical at its lack of depth, apart from that water he got dragged into, that was quite deep. Can they breathe? Is that a breather for helmet? I don't think, because they were coughing and spluttering when she brought him up. But never mind. Anyway, right, so we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching, wherever you are, in this galactic universe that we live in. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. What am I talking about? What's a galactic universe when it's at home? I don't know. But look after each other. And until next time, I'll see you there.